up, guys? It's your girl CJ Williams bringing y'all part 2 of the toxic relationships video. That's right, we're gonna dive right into it. It's gonna be a little bit lengthy, so I hope you guys have your pens and papers ready to take these notes, okay? So check this. Hurt people hurt people. So I know in our previous conversations we were talking about how people in toxic relationships are always saying that you're the problem. It's an issue with you, and it makes you diminish yourself, make you question what you're doing is wrong, and you're pushing and pushing and pushing for that person to take to you, or what is it can I do to make them love me more, things like that. Well, there's nothing you can do, because hurt people, and in a lot of toxic relationships, a lot of people don't even like themselves that are doing this abuse to the other person. And it's not even necessarily that they don't like you or they don't want to be with you. 9 times out of 10, they're so damaged that they need to just be by themselves so that they can fix themselves to love on somebody properly. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else, right? So let's just make sure that we're paying attention to those signs of hurt people that's hurting people. A lot of things that you may get from a toxic relationship is a person who's very argumentative, very short-tempered, always wants to argue, everything ticks them off. We need to figure out what the deep root problem of that is. Freeze. No, we don't need to figure out nothing. They need to go find somebody that got a degree for what's wrong with them and have them figure it out. That's the problem. We always trying to mend fences and be Ayana, fix my life. No, that's not the career move I'm looking for in fixing you. Now, my job as a girlfriend is to be emotionally supportive, is to be there and as a lending ear to you, pushing you forward to the best version of yourself. But you have to already love you. You have to be one by yourself before you join with somebody else. So that's just the pinpoint to it all right there. Second, stop pouring into dead situations. It's so many red flags and red signs. And I saw this meme on Facebook where it was like, Lord, please show me a sign that I don't need to be with this person. And the stop sign was literally laying on top of the lady. Like, you would have a sign like that so blatant in your life, and you would still be like, At that point, there's nothing for you to complain about, because at this point, you're breaking your own heart. You have to stop breaking your own heart. And by doing that is that the telltale signs that this person isn't for you. And maybe not right now, maybe sometime in the future, but at the same time, putting yourself on hold, making sure that this person gets all the emotional support and love they need when they're not pouring back into you. These situations are doing nothing but diminishing and devaluing you. And then at the end, you're going to come up bitter, you're going to be resentful of the situation, and it's just going to be a toxic cycle that continues on and on and on. So let's try to alleviate that from our lives. Also, try loving yourself. A lot of times we put up with dead situations because we don't want to be by ourselves. And we don't want to be by ourselves because we don't like ourselves. And let's just be serious with one another. A lot of people always need somebody. And I can honestly tell you guys, I have been that girl who needed somebody all the time to just shine the light away from myself. And it's easy for me to point out what's wrong with you.
Your hair ain't cut right, your clothes ain't ironed right, your face you ain't blinking
right, all these type of things. But at the same time, once you get in tune with yourself and find out what your flaws are, the ones you can change, the ones you can't, embrace and love them, and then just grow within yourself, finding out what you like, finding out what you don't like. Once you get in tune with your star player, yourself, then you'll be able to love somebody else properly. And I think a lot of people have these mixed emotions and fairy tale aspects of love because they don't know what love is. So you are the blueprint of showing somebody how to love you, because you have to love you. A person is going to love you exactly how you love you. So if you put up with a lot of dumb shit, they're going to give you a lot of dumb shit. So you have to adhere to that. You have to have that other eye to know when things aren't right and when it's not clicking for you. You know what I'm saying? Another thing within toxic relationships is that you kind of get used to it. It's the normalcy of it all. It gets normal. It's the new norm. It's like, so a lot of people, sometimes you become that toxic person, so where you've been in so many toxic relationships that you finally get with somebody that is not a lot of drama, there's not a lot of arguing, there's not a lot of fighting, and you think something wrong. What's wrong with you? No, baby, you damaged. What's wrong with you? You the one that need an argument to feel secure within your relationship. You the one that needs some type of friction, some type of drama to feel at ease. And that's because you're so used to dysfunction that if there's no dysfunction around, that person's boring. No, they're not boring, they're sane. And you're damaged. And you need to work on that. You need to find out what the root cause of that is and why are you so used to these types of situations. So I personally was in a relationship that was about 6 years long, and it was the most toxic thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. I was toxic for them, they were toxic for me. We were doing things back and forth to each other that just was not okay. It was not okay. And I finally, once we started to like try to mend the pieces back together, I literally woke up one night and was just like, nothing was wrong. We didn't get into it, any of that. I literally woke up out the bed and looked at them like with the stank face, like, why am I here? And when you have to ask yourself, why am I here? Like, if you don't have a reason to why you're even in the situation in the first place, even when y'all in good terms, it's time to go. So I had to close a chapter in my life, but at the same time, even though we were toxic in that situation, I was hurt and I was damaged during the transition of coming out of that situation. So what I do, I took my hurt ass to somebody who was together and was hurting them and didn't even know why. I didn't know why I was doing the things I was doing to this person. And they just loved me wholeheartedly, was willing to do whatever, give me whatever, pay for whatever, make sure I was good, pray for me, speak into my life. All these things that I wanted, I genuinely wanted, but I was so damaged from my last relationship and I didn't take that time to, and everybody's time tables are different, but I didn't take the time to just get to know CJ again and to love me and figure out what I like, you know. And so I put that abuse on another person because at the same time, that's how we show we love each other. We'll fight and then go to bed at the end of the night caked up like we wasn't just WWF smackdowning each other hours before. So I had to take some time to myself and just get to know me and just get away from it all and really fix all the wounds and place all the band-aids on this heart because it was really damaged. I saw a relationship counselor, I saw a therapist, and I found out that a lot of my childhood things poured into my relationships. So what I found out was that because of I had abandonment issues, which we would get through in a story time that's coming up. But a lot of abandonment issues I had as a kid, I took into my relationships. So when I felt like the relationship just wasn't going to go right, and it was unbeknownst to me, like I wasn't even realizing that I was damaging my own relationship. And I didn't even realize what I was doing. I was doing it because I don't know why, you know. So I had to go to a therapist and figure out what that was. I went to a relationship coach. I read books. I learned about love languages. And with the love language, what that means is what you need to feel loved by your partner is not necessarily what that person may need in order to give love to you. So a lot of times we're loving somebody based on what we need. So me, I'm the type of person that loves a lot of affirmation. I need you to speak into me all the time. I need you to tell me how pretty I am. I need you to like to cuddle with me and tell me I'm pretty and want to be up under me. And I'm just a cuddly, kissy type of girl. And whereas you may be dating somebody who they tell you they love you and they're not all that cuddly, but they love you just as much as you love them. They're just not as expressive as you are. And because they're not the same as you, you're like, they don't love me, they don't want me, what's wrong with me, is it my hair, am I fat, am I skinny, do I stink, do I smell good? Like you going through all these changes when we're in reality, y'all just loving each other on two different languages. So you really have to love each other on the same you don't have to love each other the same. You have to figure out what they love language is, and you're pouring your all into that, and they need to figure out what your love language is and love you accordingly, and that way y'all will be on the same wavelength. I hope that makes sense. But look into the 5 love languages. You can actually Google that, and it'll give you a more descriptive of the behaviors with the different, like the 5 love languages. Lastly, guys, what I wanted to touch on again is loving yourself. You really have to take the time to love you. Everybody's timetable is different. It may be a couple days for one person, maybe a couple weeks for another person. Nobody is the same in that area. What you need to do is just center yourself. Speak affirmations. I am a huge advocate for affirmations. Everything that is happening in my life right now is because I affirmed it. I spoke it into my life daily, a couple times a day. I spoke my mate into my life. I spoke my job, my career into my life. I spoke my daughter's success into my life. I spoke everything positive into my life, and I do it every single day, twice a day, 3-4 times a day if I can. I have them posted up on my mirrors, on my wall, at my job, on my desk. I'm speaking life into myself all the time, and I think it's very important. If you're not into affirmation, just to check it out, just positive affirmations, and it really changes your outlook on life, and it changes your outlook on relationships or whatever it is that you want to change. Like, we're co-creators of our own lives, and we can change and maximize or minimize the things that we want. You can do that. You have the power to do that. Next, you guys, this is the one that's going to do some toe stumping or stepping on your toes, so to speak. Stop being an STD.
STD? What is that?
Something to do. You know when you somebody something to do, because when you want to hang out with the person, they ain't never around, don't want to talk to you, they treating you like shit, they avoiding your phone calls, treating you blase-splee, like you are an afterthought. But then all of a sudden, a weekend or out in the middle of the night, or when they ain't got nobody else that was coming around, then all of a sudden you baby boo, wifey, I miss you so much, I love you so much, telling you, buttering you up, pumping you full of gas, everything you want to hear, treating you every way you've been asking them to treat you, all this type of things. But then it seems like in an instant the person is like, we ain't together though, don't get it twisted, we don't go together, we just cool, we just kicking it, we just doing this, that, and that. You're somebody's something to do. I want to let you know that right now, if you didn't know, because we're cousins, and I'm not about to keep letting my cousin be going through the world looking dumb. So let me tell you, stop being somebody's STD. You do not have to be nobody's something to do. You know when you're somebody's something to do, because they won't commit to you and they treat you like crap majority of the time, but you're holding on to those times when they do want to deal with you. You are so much more than that. You do not have to deal with that. You are the shit, so you need to be the shit to yourself, and you are your own star player. And if you don't like what I'm bringing, then don't rock with me. But you're not gonna rock with me sometime. We're not gonna deal with no lukewarm people going into 2019. You either rocking with me or you're not. You're not gonna. We gonna no more situationships in 2019. Please, we either gonna be together or we're not. You're not gonna be hitting this me and telling me I don't matter because you want to talk to Sandy on Tuesday and Bianca on Wednesday and I'm your Thursday chick. No, we're not doing any of that. So again, guys, STDs, not a good look. Cut that tape. Guys, I love you so much. I really want to thank all of you for stopping by. I hope some things that I said hit kind of home for you. If you're new, welcome, new cousins. I am so gracious and grateful that you even took the time to watch me today. Take the time to hit that red subscribe button down below, and so that we can solidify this new relationship that we have. And for all my reoccurring cousins, welcome back. I love you. I love you. I love you so much, my loves. Thank you so much for stopping by. I can't wait to talk to you guys. I will be putting out now 2 videos a week. Yeah. If you guys could only see the fun it took me to get this one out to you. But it's neither here nor there. We're going to push towards the mark despite the challenges. So yeah, tune in to me each and every Monday and now Wednesday, to where I can give you some new hot material. We can talk about new things. It won't also always be a discussion forum. Sometimes I'm gonna do little pranks, and I'm gonna start branching out into other things. But Mondays will be cocktails and conversations. Y'all ain't like it? All right, y'all don't like it. It's cool. I like me, cause I affirm that I like me. See how affirmations work? Do you see? Get into my Sunday go to meeting skirt that I had on the day at work. Yeah, because I ain't had time to change. So don't try to read me. But again, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Follow me on my social medias. All those links will be down below. Again, thank you so much for stopping by. I love and adore you guys. If it's anything that you want me to hit on or talk more about in regards to toxic relationships, please make sure that you comment that down below. Or if there's any topics, period, that you guys would like to talk about, and we can just discuss them during our during cocktails and conversations. Make sure you put those comments down below as well. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring. I love you guys. Till next time. Peace.